guys. I didn't want to keep you guys waiting too long, but I want to say thank you so much for participating and allowing your children to be part of this. It is a lot of fun. It was a crazy, crazy ride for us to get to this show. This is one of my dream shows, and I didn't think we were going to be able to do it this year. The timing and everything that was happening, God allowed it to happen. So I am super thrilled. The music is in my head, and I can't get it out. I mean, it's amazing and it's fun, and I hopefully the kids are having fun too. So I've got some slides that I'm going to share with you. I'm also going to send them as an email and also put on uh, send as a remind because there's some things that are QR codes and links and that you can use. So you don't have to worry necessarily about taking pictures right now. One of the things I do ask is those of you who are able to come in, just in the chat, if you could just type your name and your child's name, or just your name, your child's name will be fine, so that I see that they were that you were there to help them. So I'm going to talk very quickly about some things. We have some important dates coming up. I wanted to share with you. The big date is the one that's highlighted that says September Saturday, April 22nd. That is the Saturday before the show. That is the day traditionally we do costumes. We actually are practicing in the auditorium. We'll have some of our prop pieces and everything. And that is a big practice, just so that you see it. It is a required practice. Tech and cast have to be there. One of the things that the kids did is as they signed up, we want them involved in tech, working on different things. Now, when they're working on things for the play, like building set pieces or those kind of things, those are absolutely would be considered community service. So I have some dates that are set to work on set work. You can see that April Saturday in the morning, Sunday, April 16th in the afternoon, and then Monday night after our play practice. Those are just available for them to come in and work at that time. They're pretty much just required to do about, well, they end up having about 3 hours, but one of those hours is after the show. So that's not a problem. So the 2 hours, if they come to one of these, they'll be painting, they'll be doing some creative, fun things with it. We'll talk about that a little bit. Uh, Also, starting for parents, if you are interested in helping out, starting Monday, April 17th, we're going to be in the church. One of the things the church asks us to do, and also just because of the amount of kids and the timing, we like to have an adult is sitting besides me and Mrs. Cologne, sitting in the auditorium, just kind of observing, making sure, or even sitting behind stage if we're getting to that point, just to help because when there's another adult, it kind of helps to keep the ones who, how shall I say this? Who wouldn't think about doing crazy, just they're not doing anything bad. They're just doing kind of little crazy and then something could happen or something get broken. And they're not doing it intentionally. And I know that. So having an adult back there kind of does help sometimes with that. But if that's something that you can do, what we do have to have is you do have to have your background check because you are with children. If you've had that background check done for Highlands, then we could use you. If you're somebody who said, I would love to do that, and you're not, uh, just send me an email about that. And in the email, I will send you immediately the background check information. It's just you giving your driver's license number and things, and it's not the fingerprint check because you're not alone with the kids. It's just a basic background check that we do. Continuing on, you can see that I try to, on almost on a daily basis, I do send a text through the Finding Nemo remind. You can see when it comes to doing that on your phone, you text the number 81010, and then what you text the message, you use the at sign 8CA Nemo, and then you can join in, and then you'll get the reminders. Because I know when we're doing individual practices, like today we worked on Go with the Flow, which was the turtle song, and they were working on another song called One Dedicated Father. So the entire cast didn't have to come to practice today. So in that individual text for each day, I text to say who needs to be there. Now we don't have practice this tomorrow on Wednesday. Now on Thursday, everybody has to be there because we're doing a full run through of the show. Also, we have a sign up, and you can see the QR code, and that's why I said I'll also send it out so you can use that way if you want to, or you can click on the link when I send you the PDF. But this is a sign up to bring snacks for the kids because I'm telling you, they're already asking for snacks, and I'm like, guys, you're here for an hour, you're going to be fine. but food is their love language. So we really like having snacks after Easter to try to have some snacks for them. They bring their snacks too, but again, if we can just get to keep the grumpies away. And again, love language. Their love language is that food. We want to help them with that. And then there's also places to sign up to help out with taking tickets or concessions or doing a quick cleanup after practice. And we need you to sign up for two areas. Um, and so that's where you can go through and do that. Uh, some help that is needed. You can say I put some pictures up here. We are going to make some coral reefs. So these would be pieces that stay on the stage or in the lobby. And so we are making. I put those pictures there. Pinterest has all kinds. It makes me kind of go, man, because about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I think now we did a VBS called Submerged, and we built these beautiful reefs that we had, but we ended up donating them to another church, which is a great thing, but we no longer have those. And I'm like, those would be perfect. But we have our high school tech theater class working on building some of those. But if you're interested and you can help out that, you can even make one at home if you want to. And just let me know what you're making. And I would love that. And even if you want to do like a child parent time, because the kids have to be involved and they're involved helping you at home for those 2 hours, I will completely take that as their tech 2 hours for that. And then that it also could be a little bonding with you with it. We are going to need some help with some of the costuming towards the end. One of the things that's super excited for me this year is Kelly. Her maiden name is Cerbula. Kelly graduated from Highlands. I think it's 14 years ago. It's crazy. It's been a while. And Kelly was she did plays when she was here, but her dream was backstage. In fact, she was our first uh, Critics' Choice that we ever got in High School Thespians. It was for a costume that she had made. And then when we did Peter Pan, she built the Peter Pan costume. She built Captain Hook costume. She's built Willy Wonka's costume. When we did Lion King for our junior hires, our first junior musical, we used her headpieces that she had made. And so she is a she works for a theater up in West Palm Beach, doing costuming and things. And she is coming in and helping with the costumes and also building our pieces. And that's why we did that really big recyclable thing. So I don't know exactly what necessarily we're going to need, like what needs to be finished with costumes, because she's working on that. But if that's something that you could be interested in, whether you could do an easy stitch or you're like, yeah, I can throw pieces together. If you just give me your name, then that's fine. Then if we need you, we'll contact you about that because again, she's working on it. Uh, when it comes to costuming, it's really great. It's wild to go through because what we're going to do is they're all wearing a basic thing. And then from there, we're adding pieces to when they play characters. Because really, there are only, I think, 4 kids who never change characters. Everybody else, except for those 4, are playing at least 2 different characters. So they're doing a basic outfit, and then we're going to throw on a jacket or throw on the different things that Kelly has chosen. And so I know this is going to be really general and generic, but you're more than welcome to email me with your kids, especially if your child is somebody who just isn't going to think through this. But for guys or girls, I know guys will not wear leggings or yoga pants, and they're not required to. They can wear jeans or jean shorts with their costume or brown like khaki. Uh, we have I've gone through and made a list for if it's for your daughter, if they want to do some leggings, some really cool looking leggings with a shirt and to put on it. They can totally do that. If they want to do jeggings, if they want to do jeans, it's fine with or yoga pants, it's fine. They're going to be colors that are the C colors, like blue, green. I was going there, I was kind of having fun on the Amazon wish list, just putting down ideas. Now, if your child wants one of those, you don't have to purchase that exact one at all. And I know this is an awful thing 'cause it's very generic, it's very general, um, because of the fact that this is just the base. So you're going to see things peeking out, but it's not going to be their full costume. But everybody has the same base. The cast shirt that we are doing a tie dye, but the tie dye is going to actually match what their characters are, which is crazy that we're going to do that. But I think it's going to be incredibly awesome. And so you're going to see, like for Nemo or for Marlin, the clownfish, you're going to see the orange and white peeking through their costumes that they're wearing, the pieces that they're wearing. Also, they can wear shoes or they can wear socks. Now the shoes, they don't have to wear character shoes because no character these are all fish. So, they can have so when it comes down to it, they have a pair of shoes that they love, and let's say they're playing it they wanna wear a pair of yellow Vans or something, just have them ask me, and then I can let them know when it comes to it because it just depends on character. They don't have to go basically what I'm saying is 4 socks and shoes, don't have them go out and purchase things. They don't need to create that because it is, again, pretty general, and they are, again, almost all of them are playing 3 or 4 different characters. So, as I said, I know that's an awful thing to say because it's so generic and so general and broad. Specifically, as you guys can see, just have an idea. If your child is a guy in the show, they're going to wear browns, grays, and denim. Um, Sharks are in grays and blacks. The Nemo and the clownfish are orange and black and white. So those would be kind of the basic colors to use. The tank gang are the ones that are specific colors, and I just wrote those on there just to have an idea. And please, because of the fact that I'm being very general about this, if you have a question, shoot me an email or a text with a picture of it, and I'll respond back because we're not requiring them all to be identical because we do want it to have a lot of color and a lot of style with it. So look, if you want to, you can look on the wish list for it's mainly for the girls. But I found some jeggings, like stonewashed jeggings are perfect for this because it looks like the ocean. Or they have a pair of, I mean, as I said, it's pretty general. They can kind of, you guys can talk about it. You can, and again, feel free to email me or text me about it. Um, T-shirts are available for you guys if you want to purchase them. You do not purchase one for your child. We already got their T-shirt size. It's taken care of. But if you want one to support the show, to support your child, you're more than welcome to purchase one. It is on the link where the tickets for the play are also on. So you just go to highlandschristian.org/purchase and you scroll down and you'll see them. We do have to place the order Friday afternoon for the shirt. So we need you to let us know by then, by Friday, if you do want a shirt. We will order a few extra ones, but just in case it's easier if you purchase them beforehand. That way you have a guaranteed shirt. The shirts are that has the Finding Nemo logo on it and everything, but then again, they're going to be tie-dyed to create the look of the ocean after the show on Saturday. Now we're doing a matinee performance on Saturday at 1 o'clock. So we'll be done 2:30 or so, almost 3 o'clock. And all students are required to stay behind to strike the show. And I think most of these kids have been involved, whether they were involved in honk or they've been involved in a play in the past, that they know that we do that. We reset up the stage, we take things down, put costumes away. All the pieces that we're using is all coming from recyclable material. Those will probably be boxed up because I'm pretty sure that there's a school in West Palm, or actually in Stewart, that's not really West Palm, is it? That is going to be doing the show in the summer, and they're going to be possibly taking our pieces, which is great. I mean, they're all recyclable things that can be thrown away or recycled, but it's great if we can pass them on. But we're going to have a strike after. And parent, we would love for you to stay. And if you come and you sign up to say, that's what I want to do, I will stay to the end. You can if you sign up for their, and now that I say that, I have to go on to sign up and put that on there because there isn't a strike spot. But if you sign up for that, that does because, well, basically we're going to use you a little bit more. That would take care of the 2 spots for you that we ask you to sign up for. Ticket sales are on now. You can sign up for them. You can see the prices there. VIP seating, and we try to explain this. I asked them to write it in. I don't know if they did. VIP seating just means we're not doing reserved anymore because of the auditorium. It makes it really tough to be able to figure out who sits where and everything. So if you get a VIP seat, then you get into the auditorium earlier than everybody else. And by doing that, you get to choose where you sit. So you can go down and take the first rows. That's totally fine. And we let the VIP in 10 minutes early, and then everybody else gets to go in because it's open seating. So the VIP seat people who if you purchase those tickets, you do want to be there early because it can't be reserved. But you can get in there and pick your seat at that point. Also, you get a snack and a small water that is included in that. So it's a kind of a little bit of a deal. And you have a special um, golden ticket thing that you get for the VIP, or it's actually a wristband for the VIP. And so, um, so so that's there, but it is open seating, and, the church auditorium, it's pretty large for being able to see anywhere that you would want to see. Um, wow, I'm walking through all this really quickly. I didn't know this until we started the show, and it's really exciting because I think when we did Honk, the story of Honk is having to do with just don't judge a book by its cover, that they all thought this was this ugly duckling, and it turns out being a swan, and it has a purpose. And the story of Finding Nemo, when Finding Nemo came out, it became for a lot of people who have disabilities or extra abilities, however you look at it. Um, they created an organization called the Lucky Fin Club. It's for those who have, as I said, it could be a physical disability or having to do with dealing with anxiety or having a neurodivergent way of learning, that this Lucky Fin Club, because Nemo is sitting there with a small fin, and trying to do what everyone else does. Marlin, the dad, works through grief and then uh, has anxiety, and then he crosses the entire ocean for it. You have a little octopus. I mean, there's all kinds of parts in this story that talk about the fact that everybody is included, which is an exciting thing for us. We are going to be having the Autism Society going to be there during the show, set up a booth outside because that's one of the areas, especially because April is National Autism Awareness Month. But we're really excited about incorporating those who might not sometimes feel like they could be part of a show or something like this. And so if you have any ideas as well of a group that we might be able to invite or or be able to advertise for, we would love to do that because it's what an awesome chance to get people who sometimes are ignored and then get them into our church, although we're not present, it's not a Sunday service, but they're there and then we can invite them to check out Highlands or to check out our church and to let them know we love them however they are. We love how they're coming in. And so even with our group, we've been talking about it, about how um, we all deal with things, a lot of these kids, and we've all gone through. Angie and I were just talking 3 years ago. This is how we had to teach was on Zoom because life completely changed. But uh, we all have these feelings and things that we work through. And in this show, those are shown and those are recognized and loved. And of course, when I think of the story of Finding Nemo, I also think of this father chases his son across the ocean. The son made a bad decision and disobeyed, but this dad loved him. And I know you can see where I'm going with the parallel, that the decisions that we've made sometimes, well, it takes us away. There's that wall there, that our relationship with God was broken. But he chases us down in the form of his son Jesus. And Jesus came onto earth and he died for us. And there's something even we celebrate this week. And in my classes, we're talking about each day what we see that Jesus and his disciples did as they're moving towards Good Friday and Sunday. And that this Nemo's dad in this cute little cartoon shows this incredible love that a father can have for his child. And we know whatever our human fathers are, and I know I've only been a parent for 5 years, so you guys are the experts. I am so not the expert on it, but, I that love that I have, I'm still not perfect. And God is that perfect father that no matter whatever our parents are, we know that God is there and he loves us. And we're spending time in our practices talking about that. And so it is, as I said, it's a dream. This one and Mary Poppins, we're not going to do Mary Poppins till we can fly. Mary Poppins. But this has been a dream that we can do this show, and I'm just so thankful for it. And again, I'm thankful for you guys and your trust for Mrs. Cologne and I and the others, Mrs. Gold, who's working with us, and Miss Nicholson works with us too, and even Angie comes in, Mrs. Canning, because she's a teacher too, comes in and helps do a ton of people's hair because it happens that way almost every year. But it is such a privilege and it's humbling to be able to work with your children. They are very talented. A lot of times they come in after school a little tired, excited, but they're excited about being in a part of a show. And that is That that's an awesome thing, and so I just want you to know that I'm praying for your children and for you, and, I know Finding Nemo is important, and it's a blast, but it's not the most important thing, and I want you to know that I'm here for you if your child is going through something, or you can use the play to help them stay strong in school. I am here to help support you in any of that. So I want to say thank you again for signing in with us and listening. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. You can also respond back on the a remind. When you respond back on the remind, that text only comes to me. It doesn't go to the group. So you can feel free anytime if you have a question about a practice or what we're doing or the timing. You're more than welcome to respond. I will respond as soon as I can because I try my very best to um, over communicate just because I know kids don't communicate that well. But thank you again for being here. And I'll stay on if you have any more questions or you have something specific.